Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Pink Sky Tarot. I'm Elle. I hope everyone's having a really lovely day today and has had a wonderful week. If you haven't been checking, or if you're new here, I posted a message from Spirit for each of the zodiac signs throughout the week this week. That's kind of how I'm going to be doing things from now on. So whatever element you're under, just come back and, and check for your video every week. For those of you that have been here for a long time, especially since from the beginning, first of all, I really appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that has subscribed to my channel very much. I appreciate anyone that has even stopped by or watched a video or given a like or commented. I appreciate all of that so very much. But for those of you that have been here since like the beginning, I started out with my channel being more aimed towards twin flames and the twin flame journey, because I am in a twin flame connection, and that's the whole reason I got into tarot. Is because I went insane after I met my person, and I had to somehow find some answers, and that's kind of how I got into tarot. But as I've moved along in my journey, and I have kind of surrendered to my path and to what's happening and to my divine masculine's behavior and the reality of his situation, and I have decided, like, very naturally to just kind of move away from twin flames, because if I'm still stuck in the journey, then I'm not going to continue my growth as a person. So it's time for me to kind of let that go and move on, and I'm very much at peace with that. A year ago I would not have been. I was still kind of struggling with it, but I have come to a state of peace with how things have gone with us, and that realizing that he's just not going to do what he needs to do for us to come into union, and that's okay. We're gonna try again next life, is what I always tell myself. And I'm fully open to meeting somebody else and having a deep soul connection with somebody else. So if you guys saw the title, it might be hard for some of you to watch, but if you feel like in your place the union is just not going to happen for you, just know that that is okay. Some readers or people that say that every twin flame eventually ends up together at some point, I guess in some way they're correct, because you could end up with them in another lifetime, but I feel like that's misleading, because then you're kind of stuck in this waiting energy, waiting for your masculine to finally wake up and decide he's going to do the things that he needs to do to be with you. And I feel like it keeps people stuck in the connection or in the phase of their journey that they're currently in. Whereas if you feel that you have done what you're supposed to do as far as growth and development, and you're ready to just move on to someone or something else, that's okay, and it's okay to do that. So this is probably going to be one of my last twin flame geared readings. Not saying I will never ever do a twin flame reading ever again. I could be called to do one next week, but that's not likely. I'm just going to try and move towards things that are more suited for my next phase and my current soul journey, my current soul path, and hopefully the people coming in now will be kind of drawn to that. And okay, so we're just gonna get some messages from the masculine to his feminine about why union is just not happening in this lifetime, and how he feels about her and what he wants her to know. And I hope that this will be a message of closure for many of you divine feminines that are really feeling called to move on to a different phase of journey, to a different phase of your life, and to a different type of journey, but you're just having like this nagging feeling of, well, what if he does change, or what if he does show up? And it's kind of keeping you just a little bit stuck. So hopefully that's kind of my intent here, is to give some of you guys that are ready to move forward and move on to something else some closure, and make it a little bit easier, especially if you've been out of communication for quite some time, which I have. My masculine doesn't talk to me. So, and I've just had to, figure out how to be okay with that. And I am now. This has been the most difficult thing I've ever experienced. And this reading is timeless. So it will always be on my channel, underneath one of the twin, I'm not sure where I'll put it yet, but under one of the twin flame, playlists. So whoever comes across this reading, whatever day, time it is, whether it's tomorrow, a year from now, 5 years ago, that's when the message is for you, and hopefully it will be helpful for you at that time. Okay, so we're going to start by getting the masculine's overall current energy. So Spirit, this is for masculines who will not be coming into union with their feminine. What is their overall current energy? I'm getting a weird... Okay. So this doesn't really happen, but I'm feeling called to pull from this deck and then as well as Moonology. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the Moon cards, and then we'll kind of put all of this together. I've never done this type of reading before, so we'll kind of see what's happening here. Okay, so what is the Divine Masculines who will not be coming into union with their feminines? What is their current energy? It's so funny what these cards are saying. Okay, so we have the Penguin here. We have the period of darkness that you've been experiencing is now passing. We have the Rattlesnake. The experiences that you're presently going through are an initiation into fulfilling your purpose as a healer. And then we have the Cheetah. Get clear on your intentions, stay focused, and move quickly to achieve your goal. So there could be some masculines who have decided, I don't want to say decided, but they just aren't getting it together to come into union with their feminine. Whatever dark phase or period that they're in, they're coming out of it. There could be awakening up. They could be starting to go on a spiritual journey, because we have this card here that's talking about the purpose of the twin flame journey is not to come into union with your divine counterpart. And I used to get so annoyed when readers would say that, but it's true. But they're going to go through a healing phase. Okay, so they've been in this dark energy, and now they're kind of coming out of it and realizing that they have gifts to help society, to help people, to heal. For a lot of them, it's probably not going to be something like tarot or yoga or meditation. For some of them, it could be. I think a lot of them are going to try and use their career or whatever hobby or skills they have and translate that into some sort of help in their community. And then we have clear on your intention with the Cheetah. Stay focused and move quickly to achieve your goal. And I think once the light bulb turns on and they move out of this phase of darkness and they realize that they have all these skills, gifts, and abilities to help change their community or even the world, they're going to put lots of energy behind it, and they're going to move quickly, and they're going to start taking steps to change not only their space, but the space around them. All right, and then we have this: be bold and make the first move. Decide your dreams need a practical plan, and then expect powerful change. So what they're going to see is that when they start putting their energy into action, the feelings, their intuition into action, and putting a plan in place, they're going to see that change in their life. Their energy is going to change. They're going to feel lighter. They're going to wake up. They're going to feel the connection with source. Their intuition is going to start speaking to them, and they're going to start listening and following through. So right now their overall energy is kind of this end of dark phase. They're realizing that they need to make some big changes in their life, that they have the ability to do so, and they're putting that energy into action to create massive change within their physical world. Okay? So that's their current energy right now. This has nothing to do with the feminine, okay? As I was saying, the point of the twin flame connection is not to come into union, but the point of the journey is soul healing, and that's what they're finally doing here. They're working on their soul healing and putting that pain into action to help people around them. Okay. So let's find out what their current feelings are towards their divine feminine. What are their current feelings towards their divine feminine? So we have the Eight of Wands in the reverse. We have the Strength card. And we have the Devil in the reverse. So the Eight of Wands in the reverse makes me feel like they're very disconnected from their feminine. And for those of you that have not been in communication for a long time, they fill that void here with this Eight of Wands being in the reverse. They feel the emptiness. They feel the void. How they're feeling about her, though, is like that they miss her. I think the reason why some of them are waking up and coming out of this heavy energy and finally putting a plan into action is because they really can fill her void. If you are a divine feminine and you have stopped chasing your masculine, that's when they're going to feel that emptiness. Your energy is no longer connected to them, and that's what this is. They feel the disconnect of your energy. They see their feminine as very strong and courageous and bold and take action, not dealing with any shit. And if you have stopped chasing your masculine, then you're not putting up with their crap anymore, right? And we have this Devil in the reverse. This might be a little specific, but for those of you where your masculine was in a karmic relationship and you suddenly showed up in their life, they may have seen you as, I don't want to say this devil, but like this thing that's just come in to blow up their whole world. They don't really see you as a devil energy. They love their divine feminine. They see them as this strong, powerful tiger. But they're like, why did I have to meet this person? Everything in my life, maybe it wasn't great. I wasn't super happy, but everything was okay. And now here she comes in out of nowhere and just blows up my whole world. They're realizing that the feminine was there to blow up their whole world for a reason, because they weren't happy. They were in this dark energy. They weren't putting any dreams into place. They weren't setting sights and intentions and goals. And she came in to shake things up. But when they first meet their feminine, a lot of times they can see that as a bad thing. Because when you met your masculine, all your wounds were ripped open. You were forced to face truths that a lot of feminines suppress and deny and run from. And that's what the masculine, at first, he saw this blow up as this big negative thing, but now he's realizing the good that has come of it. So he sees her, I'm sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear those doors, but my kids are coming in and out. Anyways, so how he's feeling about her is he misses her. He's feeling the disconnect. He sees her strength and respects and recognizes it. And he sees that this blow up that felt like his whole world coming apart was actually a very good thing. So he sees the purpose of the feminine. He understands why he was supposed to meet her now and the whole reason she came into his life. Okay. I'm going to get a clarifier just to get some more information. Why is the Eight of Wands in the reverse here for how he feels about her? Yeah, Three of Wands. That's interesting. It's like he feels the disconnect with her, but at the same time, he could see this future he was supposed to have with her, and he realizes what he's missed out on here. He realizes that by choosing to stay in this dark energy and not making big, bold moves and allowing her to disconnect, he has kind of lost sight of the future here. And now he's kind of wondering what his future is going to be like without her. Whoops. I don't know where that came. Let me shuffle again. All right. And I also think he sees her future as bright. He sees all the work that she's done, or he can feel a shift in her energy, and he's like, she's done so much work and her future is so bright, and I'm just standing here on the edge of the sea looking out and watching her. All right, so why is the Strength card here? Look, the Devil in the reverse. She has conquered her demons. She has overcome ego and pride and anxiety and fear and her trauma. And she's risen as this powerful white tiger. He can see that. And even if he's not spying on you, you have no communication, he can feel the energetic change, the shift. When you disconnect from your masculine energetically, they feel it. And you can only do that when you've gotten to a place in your journey where you are not chasing and you are feeling very strong and powerful and independent. And that's basically what this is saying here. And why is the Devil in the reverse? Oh, see? Six of Wands. that's what I was saying, is he is understanding the point of this now, why he met her. I was supposed to have this powerful change. My whole world was supposed to be blown up for a reason. And she's riding off victorious, and I'm not riding off victorious with her. But I understand why she's here, and I can see how much her energy, or feel at least how much her energy has changed, how much she's grown, all these strides she's taken and successes she's had in her own life. And I'm just sitting over here in my dark penguin energy. Okay. So what is the current mental state of the divine masculine who is not going to come into union with his feminine? What is his current mental state? Interesting. So we have the Nine of Cups in the reverse. We have the Four of Cups. And we have the Fool. So this Nine of Cups, with this Four of Cups especially, this one's in the reverse, is he's missed out. He is fully conscious of the fact that he's missed out. Some of them may take a risk and reach out to the feminine, some of them. But remember, this reading is about masculines that are not going to come into union. So even if he does take this risk and he reaches out to her, because of the intention of this reading, for the most of you, he's still not going to be in a place to be with you. He just feels the disconnect of the energy, and he misses their energy, and so he may suddenly reach out, may suddenly appear just to feel your warmth and then disappear again because he's not ready yet. He's still coming in this dark phase. But they are fully conscious of the fact that they let a hope and a wish and a dream slip away from them, and that they just completely missed out on it. Some of them also might be taking some other risks within their personal life. Maybe they missed out on their feminine, but that doesn't mean that they can't leave the current relationship that they're in, or whatever karmic obstacle you guys had, whether it's third party situation, a career, toxic family members, addictions, whatever it is. He may have the conscious knowing, I missed out on this, I should have taken action before, may put him in a state of taking risks in other ways. Okay, so I'm not going to get to be with my divine feminine, but I'm not going to miss out on the next person that comes in. So I am going to go to rehab now. I am going to divorce my karmic. I am going to quit this job and go back to school. I am cutting ties with my toxic family members. So it's a very good energy for them to be in. And it's not an accident that the Fool is underneath this expect powerful change. Okay? And we have the missed opportunity under this practical plan. I'm not going to miss out on another opportunity, which means I need a plan in place so I can take action so that this powerful change can happen and can come into fruition here. Okay. So now we're going to ask the hard question. And I don't know if I want to switch decks or not. I think I do. Just to see. So it's the $1 million question. What every divine feminine wants to know. And we'll probably never get a direct answer from their masculine. But it's why. Why couldn't he do it? Why couldn't he overcome this karmic obstacle to be with his feminine? Okay? So Spirit, for the masculines who will not be coming into union with their feminines, why couldn't they do it? Why couldn't they overcome their obstacles? I felt the energy just get very heavy. A lot of this energy felt very energetic because it's about change, massive change, taking steps, moving forward. And this is more about the heavy side of it. All right, so let's see. Yeah. So we have the Four of Coins. We have the Ace of Wands. And we have the Page of Swords in the reverse. Oh, it's so sad. Four of Coins is I was holding on to my current life. I was holding on to the past. I was holding on to my trauma. I was holding on to my feelings, my emotions. They were just holding it all in. And you can't make big, powerful change if you aren't willing to let go of your past, if you aren't willing to make big changes. So that's a very powerful energy. The Ace of Wands, I feel like, is the connection was too intense. The energy was so... When you meet your twin flame, the energy is instantaneous and it's very intense, and they got overwhelmed by it, which caused the running, which caused the feminines to chase, okay? And then with this Page of Swords in the reverse, it's like an immaturity, okay? So page goes page, knight, queen, or king, right? So they got stuck in page energy. It's in the reverse. It's not growing. It's not developing. This is also... To me, the Page of Swords has distance in between him and the person because it's a spying card. It's like going on social media and seeing what they're doing on Instagram. It's asking mutual friends and family, hey, how is she? So there's like distance between, and they create the distance because swords is communication, but it's not emotional communication. It's kind of more logical, practical. And it would never matured, and they stayed in kind of this distant energy, and that's why they couldn't do it, because they had these blocks up. They weren't allowing themselves to grow. They weren't allowing themselves to feel the energy and develop to make these changes. Okay, so the intense fear of letting go, the intensity of the connection, and the inability to mature is just why they couldn't do it. And it's going to be different for all of you. You know your masculine, you know what their struggles are. But they just were holding on so tightly to their past, to their trauma, and to their pain that they just couldn't develop. Okay, so why is the Four of Coins here? Yeah. So the Page of Coins, again, it's a page. They wanted to extend an offer, but then we have like the kind of, I don't know if dichotomy is the right word. I don't think it is. It's like the desire to want to give out an offer, to learn about the feminine while also holding on very tightly to their past. It's almost like that in and out energy. So they would like peek in with this page energy. How are you? How's your day? What's your favorite color? It's like very simple, basic communication, but then they would retreat and just hold on to their past here. And why is the Ace of Wands here? So we have the Hermit. The intensity of the connection was so high that they just shut down and went into this hermit mode. Hermit mode can be good because it's a spiritual journey, but they weren't really going in a spiritual journey. They were more running away. But to me, this card is saying that they shut down. They went into solitude. They weren't connecting with their feminine because the intensity of the connection, I think, overwhelmed so many of them. Is this real? Does she really have these feelings for me? Are we really connected this deep? Like, how is this possible? And they just shut down. And then why is the Page of Swords in the reverse? Yeah, see? We have the World in the reverse. They could not close out this cycle of the past. They did not mature and develop enough to close out their past so that they could move forward into a future with her. That's all it is. They just shut down. A lot of them do that. Okay, so feminines, I hoped that. And a lot of feminines feel like they're doing something wrong. Why? What am I doing wrong here? Am I talking to him too much? Am I not talking enough? Why doesn't he feel a connection? What am I not doing right? What do I need to work on? Like, a lot of feminines will like go within and try and figure out what they're doing wrong to keep their masculine from coming in, and why he doesn't see the connection that the way that they do. And this is saying, you know, it's them. It's their part of the journey. They just were not willing to participate because they were too stuck in their past. They went inward and they disconnected, and they just could never mature past this Page of Swords energy to be capable of closing out the cycle that they're currently stuck in. Okay. That was kind of intense, but I hope that you guys found that really helpful, because Because I know I felt really crazy a lot of times. Like, I don't understand. Am I the only one that sees this? Am I the only one feeling these things? And I know that I wasn't. He just, you know, my person just put all these blocks up. And that's what a lot of them do. Okay? All right, so what does the Divine Masculine want his Divine Feminine to know? What does he want her to know or reassure her of? What does he want her to know? Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so we have the Page of Wands in the reverse. We have the Ace of Coins, and then we have the Ten of Swords. The masculine, he is closing. He is trying really hard to close something out, because with this expect powerful change and coming out of this dark period, Ten of Swords is closing out a painful cycle. It's deep healing. And I think, it's underneath the Devil in reverse, where I was talking about he understands why he met his feminine now, why she came in to blow up his world. Well, because I was in a lot of pain and I have to heal it. The Page of Wands, what he wants her to know is, again, he got stuck in this reversed page energy where he could not grow and develop. He wanted to take his life in a new direction. He wanted to take a risk, but he just couldn't bring himself to do it because he was still holding on to his past. And the only thing he could offer her was practical conversation. Okay. And then this Ace of Coins is, I feel like this is him telling her it's no accident. It's in the strength where he was talking about how he sees her as this very strong, powerful, courageous being now, and how she's moved on with her life. And he's like, I feel like this is him saying, I wish you the best. I hope you get your fresh start. I hope you get all of your pentacles and you are doing very well for yourself. I want you to be happy. Right now, I am working on my pain. I am healing. I am trying to move forward in my life, but he's not quite there yet. He's still in this Page of Wands energy where he just couldn't get himself to mature enough to take a bold move and move in a new direction here. Okay. I knew this reading was going to be long, but I feel like it's very important. Like I said, it's timeless, so whenever you see it, that's when you're supposed to hear this message, and I hope it really helps a lot of feminines with their closure. All right, so why is the Page of Wands in the reverse? For what he wants her to know or reassure her of. Yeah, King of Swords in the reverse. I feel like it's saying, like, he's telling her that it's, like, not his fault. I was in negative energy, and I couldn't get myself out of it. And I feel like the masculines are saying that they said a lot of things that they wish they didn't. That they tried to talk themselves out of the connection. They tried to talk you out of the connection. They pushed you away with their words. I know personally from speaking to several Divine Feminines, plus my own personal experience, there are masculines will typically say something pretty harsh to their feminines to try and push them away, to not get rid of them. But a lot of the masculines don't feel worthy of the feminine. And that's why they push them away, and that's why they run. Because when you guys met, blew up their world, and all of a sudden all their pain is exposed and they just don't feel good enough for their feminine. So sometimes they will say something really harsh in hopes that it gets their feminine to move on with her life, because they don't feel like she or they feel like she deserves better. Like they don't feel like they're good enough for her. I think that's what this King of Wands is saying, or King of Swords in reverse. I was immature. I wasn't ready to take my life in a new direction, so I said some very hard things, and it feels like an apology, like an acknowledgement of, I know I said that, and I just did it to push you away. And it's just like he didn't really mean it. All right, so why is the Ace of Coins here? Yep, see, Nine of Cups in the reverse. He wants her to know that he's unhappy, but he wants her to move on and be happy. Go get your goals. You can leave me here in the dust. And I'm going to sort my own life out, and I'll figure myself out, but you go be happy. And why is the Ten of Swords here for what he wants her to know? And I feel like it's also tying back to the Nine of Cups I got in reverse here, where he was saying, I missed out. You were my hope and dream and I missed out, but don't let me hold you back from your hopes and dreams. Don't let our connection and the slight possibility that I figured out keep you from going and achieving your goals. He missed out. He doesn't want her to miss out. Go get your Ace of Pentacles. All right, so why is the Ten of Wands here? I'm sorry, Ten of Swords. Why is the Ten of Swords here? See, we have Four of Wands in the reverse. He's not feeling, well, I think he's not feeling very solid because the fours are about foundations. Again, there's pain. This is the twin flame card and it's in the reverse. There's pain around him not being able to come into union. And I feel like it's again more of an apology, or he feels bad that he wasn't able to deal with his shit so that he could come be with her. That's what it feels like. It's like, I'm sorry I could not do this. I'm sorry that my lack of maturity and resistance to growth and change caused you so much pain. Oh, guys, that's so sweet. Okay, so now I'm going to get some channeled messages here. From the Divine Masculine to his Feminine. All right, so for the masculines who will not be coming into their union with their feminine, what do they want them to know? What do they want them to know? Yeah, see? All right, here we go. Oh, guys. All right, I see you every day in the world around me. You exist in their space all the time. And this is exactly what I said earlier. The attraction between us is so intense, it's overwhelming. That's what that Ace of Wands was talking about. The passion, the intensity of the connection, the chemistry was just so much for them. They just couldn't do it. It's hard for me to look into your eyes because I see so much of myself and I'm not ready to face me yet. Okay, this is that dark penguin energy. They were in this dark space for such a long time and they just aren't ready to face their problems. I can't get my mind off of you no matter how hard I try. So you're in the world around them. They see something that reminds you of them every day. I'm hearing the word coffee. So maybe you guys went on a lot of coffee dates, or maybe you guys like the same type of coffee. So every time he makes coffee, he's reminded of you. Or, it could be something like that. And then I need to be numb right now. So they get into this, they put themselves in this little shell. That's the hermit energy, but that's not productive hermit energy. They've retreated and they're in their little shell. They don't want to feel any pain. They don't want to feel any emotions. And that's why they don't get their stuff together, because they stay numb intentionally. Well, I don't want to say intentionally because it is subconscious, because they don't understand. Like they aren't like, I'm going to shut my feelings off, but they just get into this state of numbness because it's self-protective. It's self-protection mode. Okay. All right. So now we're going to get a little bit of guidance here for the Divine Feminine as you start to move on to the next phase of your personal journey. What you're going to be doing next. Okay. All right, so what is the next step for these Divine Feminines that I'm talking to today? What is the next step for them? Okay, so we have the Moon in the reverse. We have the Eight of Coins, and then we have the Seven of Swords. I feel like the Moon in the reverse is a flow of energy. If you're at this place where you feel okay with your masculine not coming back and you're ready to move on, I feel like you're going to have deep connection with source, and you're going to feel the flow of energy moving through you, and your intuition is going to be kicked into high gear because now you're ready to move on. You're ready to maybe meet somebody else, but just leave your masculine where he is and just not, you care about him and you want him to do well, but just not worry about what he's doing. You're ready for the next phase. And this is where the hard work is paying off more so than coming. But I feel a lot of you are going to put a lot of energy into your work, into hobbies, into practical things in your life. And the Seven of Swords, it's kind of interesting because this card is about lies and deception, sneaky behavior. It could be an end to that, especially if your masculine was in a third party. You have to be kept a secret. Things have to be hidden. The moon is also about secrets and things being hidden, but it's in the reverse here. There's no more secrets. It's not that you're going around telling everybody that you were in this connection, but you don't have to keep a secret anymore. You can move on and start focusing on more productive things. But we're going to get a clarifier here because I'm not totally understanding the message with the Seven of Swords. It could be some healing. It could be the imposter syndrome. Once you are at this stage and you're, it's a certain level of spirituality, you might feel a little like, am I really disconnected? Is my intuition really this strong? Am I really capable of moving on and being somebody else? So it might be that kind of learning to defeat self-deception here. All right, why is the moon in the reverse for the next steps for the feminine? Oh, look, she's getting the Four of Wands in the reverse. I think it's rebuilding her foundation. It's interesting they both got it. They're still mirroring. There's still reflection here. But, and her being able to move on from the connection. You're always going to be connected to your masculine. You can't undo that. He is part of you. But it's like, you're okay with not ending up with him. You're okay with not being in union, and you're going to rebuild your foundation somewhere else. This is kind of a leaving behind in a positive way, though, type of energy. Why is the Eight of Coins here? Okay, that's too big of a stack. Why is the Eight of Coins here? You have Six of Swords in the reverse. It's learning how to transition and move on from him. This is not an easy step, okay? A lot of times, feminines, you'll take 2 steps forward and 1 step back. You'll be doing really great, and then you're going to have a breakdown over him. You are going to feel happy, and you're going to be excited that you met somebody else. And then maybe when it doesn't work out with that person, you're going to go back to your divine masculine energetically or in thought and just have a breakdown. So it's learning how to transition away from him and knowing that it doesn't have to be... that it's okay if it's not easy, that it's okay if you have a meltdown over him after a good month of not having any effect from him. It's just, I think it's saying it's continual work to move on from your masculine, and that it's okay to still be sad sometimes, that it's okay to wish things were different sometimes. It's just as long as you're not letting that energy hold you back, because he doesn't want you to be held back, remember? Why is the Seven of Swords here? Okay. See, in the Tower. This feels like breaking through that self-deception. Seeing yourself as that strong white tiger, the way the masculine sees you, seeing yourself that way, that's the next step. Building your confidence, getting out of self-deceptive thought patterns, allowing yourself to feel sad about him sometimes, but not hold it back. You're on the verge of this big breakthrough because you're letting energy come in. You're rebuilding your life. You're learning to move on and focus on other things. And that's going to have a breakthrough for you, not this breakdown. Tower moments can be very good. Okay, they can open up doors for you. They can be big spiritual breakthroughs. So I feel, feminines, as you're working on this, you're going to have that breakthrough, and just feel a sense of relief that you're okay. All right, so let's get a final word of advice here for the feminines before I close out. I'm going to only get one card, but I am going to get 3 just because, ooh, I don't know, it's just a very intense thing. Yeah. Aw, see? We have memories. It's okay to be nostalgic about your masculine. It's okay to think about him. It's okay to feel happiness around him. It's okay to feel sad. So you can have your memories. It's okay to have those. The reason you met him is so you could go through all these changes. He triggered your soul journey, and you're a completely different person now because of him. Inner knowing that you guys are always connected, knowing that you will have another opportunity the next time around, and that he loves you and you love him even if you can't come together in the 3D. And then feelings. Making sure you are feeling your feelings, acknowledging them, and healing any negative feelings that come in. You want to feel those sad feelings. You want to feel the upset feelings, the disappointed feelings, but you don't want to sit in them. You want to feel them. I hate this because it rhymes, but you want to feel them, you want to heal them, and then you want to move forward. It just sounds cheesy because it rhymes, but that's what you want to do. And it's okay to feel the happy feelings. Like, I hope he's doing okay. I hope he's doing well. I remember when we did this. It was so fun. So just allowing yourself a safe space to feel your feelings and the memories, and knowing that you guys are always connected. Okay. All right. I knew that was going to be really long, but like I said, I felt this was an important message because not all of you are going to come into union. And if you're at the point of watching this reading, then you are probably okay with it. And I just wanted to help some of you get some closure, because a lot of you won't really have good closure with your masculine, and you're ready to move on. Okay. So that's it. I'm going to wrap it up here. I hope you found it helpful. I really do. And if it resonated, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, and share. And I will see you guys later. Bye.